Hey, if you remember back in 2020, a Roblox game by the name of Piggy started getting a lot of attention on Roblox. This, like any other popular game does, led to many ripoffs being created, one of the more popular ones being titled BAKON. However, if we look at the statistics between the two, we can see that BAKON is not doing good at all, while Piggy is still doing pretty good 4 years after release. But why is that? How come Piggy is still doing so good and BAKON isn't? Well, follow me as I take a deep dive into why Piggy worked and BAKON didn't. Oh yeah, first I have to go back to 2020 first, which is why I have this portal here. Alright, let's go. Where am I? What is this place? This isn't where I'm meant to be. What the? Hello? Is anybody? No. This is right. It was weird. Well, anyways, welcome to 2020. Where a certain virus caused widespread panic and a worldwide lockdown. With pretty much the whole population being stuck indoors, there was only one way to have fun. Video games. Many games got super popular, including Roblox. Because of this, certain Roblox games got mass popularity, and one of these was Piggy. Piggy was unique to Roblox. I mean, a pig chasing you down while you hunt for keys and items to escape? It was different, it was intriguing. The game got more interesting when the story was added to it. This got players hooked for the next chapter, and wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's reverse it back to when Piggy was first created. Welcome to, Manytoon's bedroom. Yeah, anyways, let me introduce Manytoon. He's a 24, almost 25-year-old Canadian who makes games on Roblox. Right now, he's making a random game just to test things. When I say test things, I mean he was experimenting with NPC pathfinding mechanics and key and unlocking systems. After playing a few bad Peppa Pig quote-unquote horror games, Manytoon decided to turn this experimental game into a fully working game, releasing it on January 28th of 2020. The game originally only had one chapter titled House. The game started to get a bit of traction, which led to a well-recognized YouTuber Flamingo to make a video on it. This video started getting lots of views, which in turn gave Piggy lots of visits, which in turn had more people play the game. Manytoon, seeing the success, decided to update the game and add more chapters, and soon even a story, with cutscenes and dialogue. The story would get many players hooked and excited to see how chapters would play out and what would happen in the next chapter. The game ended up going, even getting a second book, until October 24th of 2021, where the final chapter was released. The story for this Piggy game has ended, but the Piggy storyline is still being continued in other releases, some of which are coming out later this year. This Piggy series isn't over, just the first game. But we need to talk about something. Other than the story, why did the game get so popular? I mean, even more than 2 years after the story has ended, the game still gets consistently 30,000 active players. Why? Well, let's go to chapter 1 of Piggy to show you. What? No, I'm back here. Whatever this is. No. Get me through the... Alright, I'm here. Welcome to the first map of Piggy. Quick fact, this map is heavily inspired by Granny, and the gameplay is a little inspired. by it too. Speaking of the gameplay, let's talk about it. The main goal of Piggy is to escape whatever map is selected. For this map, House, the goal is to unlock that exit door and get outside. But unlocking the door isn't that easy. You need 4 items to unlock the door, those being the wrench, the hammer, the key code, and the white key. Still seems simple, but no. Getting just one of those items will take you a little bit. Let's use the white key for example. To get the white key, you must first find the green key and unlock the green door, which will give you the red key so you can unlock the red door. You'll then get the blue key. After unlocking the blue door, you'll need to find 2 gears, and depending on where they spawn, you may need to find more items. Anyways, after putting in the 2 gears, a bucket raises from the well, finally giving you the white key. So with a 10-minute time limit and a creature chasing you down to kill you, it gets difficult and stressful at times, which makes winning all the more rewarding. Also, there is a lot of customization and things to buy with in-game currency. For example, Piggy skins for when you play as Piggy, different traps for when you play as Piggy, and player abilities when you're playing as a survivor. There's also build mode, which you can make your own map or play other maps in, which is really cool. Overall, Piggy was very unique and had a very interesting story, as well as many different things to do. It's also very fun, well made, and rewarding. Alright, we will come back to Piggy, but for now, let's go over to Bacon. Of course. What is this place? I need to figure it out. Ah, I see now. I know what I must do, but I have something to do first. I'll finish up and then carry out my plan. Let's get back to it. Welcome to Bacon, the much less successful and worse version of Piggy. Bacon started gaining traction after Flamingo played it on March 18th of 2020. Flamingo really carries these games to succeed, huh? The game got constant updates and new chapters until June 14th of 2020. Wait, June? And chapter 1 was released in March? Meanwhile, Piggy's first chapter came out in January of 2020, and the last one came out in June as well. That means that Piggy took about 5 months to finish its first book, while Bacon took only 3 months. Not to mention, Piggy's second book took 1 year and 1 month to finish because of the huge jump in quality which increased wait times. This just shows that Bacon's chapters were rushed just to keep the hype going, which will explain many of the criticisms I have with this game. First, let's go over the maps. The maps are not great. They're much bigger than Piggy. I mean, the first chapter is almost identical to Piggy's first chapter in terms of layout and puzzle placement, yet the Bacon house is huge compared to Piggy. Dare I say, the map is just too massive.
Dude. It's massive.
Yeah. And
you know what else is massive?
The anyways, the map being this big removes all the claustrophobia that made the Piggy map so good and scary at times. It also makes the game much easier because it's so easy to just go around Bacon and break his ankles. It leads to no stress of being caught or cornered because these rooms and hallways are just so big. The only way you'll really lose is by horrible hitboxes or running out of time. This makes winning less rewarding because it's super easy to do. It also makes it more annoying and boring to get around, because going back and forth takes so long just to unlock one door and go all the way back. The map's also just really lazy and empty, especially towards the end. It's obvious these later chapters were just rushed just to get them out to keep people playing. Let's just take a look at the last chapter, the offices. Almost every room or hallway is just completely empty. Or there's occasional tables or computers which are needed to beat the chapter. There's no decoration at all, and the map is quite small as well. And any decorations are free models. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about the story. As we all know from Piggy, a good story makes players hooked and excited for the next chapter. Also, quickly, I'd like to mention that in a lot of the cutscenes, we can just see the empty base plate or edge of the map, which is very lazy. Okay, anyways, let's go. In Chapter 1, we learn that Bacon has been missing from school for weeks, so we go to his house to investigate. However, after grabbing Bacon's flash drive, we flee. In Chapter 2, we look through the flash drive and find out Bacon was researching in the library. We go to the library to find out what Bacon was researching. We then go down an elevator in the library. In Chapter 3, the sewers, we find out this was where Bacon was researching. We then find a security room. In Chapter 4, the security footage shows the accident, or the school that we and Bacon went to was on fire. At the end, it's hinted that Chapter 1 possibly happens right after the accident, but it's not confirmed. In Chapter 5, we go to an arcade where Bacon used to hang out. After escaping the arcade, we get caught by the military. Wait, what? Why was the military chasing us? Unless we did something illegal or really bad, there's no reason this happens. I don't know, maybe we'll find out in a bit, or something. Right? In Chapter 6, we are in a secret military base where we soon find a tunnel. In Chapter 7, we find that the tunnel leads to Dr. Swine's lab. Whoever that is, I don't know. Anyways, we find his fisherman Steve, who's been missing for a year and assumingly turned into some kind of zombie for some reason. In Chapter 8, we go through a tunnel from the lab into a cemetery and playground and a big tomb. We take a path from the cemetery. In Chapter 9, we arrive at Fisherman Steve's shack, where we find out that someone has been looking for a secret formula. In Chapter 10, we go to a hospital to find the secret formula. We also learn about rumors of experiments being done here. Anyways, we seem to find the formula and escape with it. In Chapter 11, Bacon actually leads us to a factory to observe. I don't know, but it seems something to do with the formula. Or like Bacon was the one actually researching the formula. Maybe. It's not confirmed. In Chapter 12, we follow Bacon into the city, where on top of a pair of officers is a helicopter. We hop in the helicopter, turn on the autopilot, and fly off. The end. Wait, the end? Yeah, supposedly there's supposed to be a boss fight, but it's been almost 5 years since Chapter 12 was released. I mean, sure, if you join the game, it says boss fight coming out later this year, but this has been promised and not delivered for far too long. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't come out, ever. I'm getting tired of talking about Bacon. How about I force someone else to do it? Come here, Draven.
Oh, no, I don't want it, man. I'm good.
Too bad, bucko. Do it.
Hi, I'm Draven, also known as Dr. Dranzer. Please sub to me. Anyways, so looking back on Bacon's story, it makes no sense and it's just lazy. There's almost no substance. The only mystery between each chapter's release was just what's gonna be the next location or stuff like that. The only cliffhangers were, oh, we're going somewhere, where will it be? Also, some stuff just happens or is mentioned and it's really never explained. Like the military or whatever the importance of the accident was. Also, why does Bacon look like this? None of it makes sense. Supposedly a Bacon 2 is, or at least was, being made and might come out. It's hard to really tell. It's obvious the story was just lazily made and there's no probable plans for the story ever. They just added stuff as it went on, stuff that made no sense or had no substance.
Alright, Draven, you're done.
Oh, thank God.
Get your anyways, let's talk about the gameplay. I'm sure he's fine. The gameplay of Bacon is just like an early version of Piggy. Get keys or other items to unlock other things that eventually let you open the exit. But while Piggy added a better boss system, abilities, different working traps, and other stuff, Bacon stayed the same and no new gameplay mechanics at all. Also, the unlocking or using item mechanic is really clunky and poorly made. In Piggy, clicking the door with the correct key will open it. In Bacon, clicking the door with the correct key does nothing. Instead, you must click the lock or walk up to the door while holding the key out and hit the door with it. It just makes it more awkward for no reason. Also, the customization is bad. The skins are just retextured with different hat or face or something. They're very lazy and the knife skins are too. There's no point to grind for more coins when the skins are this lazy. The skins in Piggy are also very different from each other and they look very cool. There's also no build mode, so no custom maps. Okay, I think it's time to go back to home, I guess, and lay out the evidence for why Piggy did so much better than Bacon and why Piggy still has more players than Bacon does. Alright, it actually worked. as intended. I'm not in that place. Finally. Okay, so let's see here. On this table, we have the evidence of why Piggy is more popular and why Bacon failed. And just looking at it, it's obvious. Bacon doesn't have the quality Piggy does, or the variety that Piggy does. Piggy has skins, yes, but you can also buy powers or different traps with the in-game currency as well. The UI in Piggy looks much better and is less confusing than Bacon's. Piggy has build mode, Bacon doesn't, which leaves a lack of variety with Bacon's gameplay. Piggy has better maps, better puzzles, and way more chapters. Piggy has better gameplay with the power-ups, different traps, and energy system. Piggy still gets new updates, while Bacon may occasionally get a recycled event or bundle sale. I mean, as of editing, a new Piggy update just dropped, and it's very fun and engaging, and most importantly, new. Also, Piggy has confirmed sequels to continue the story, while Bacon is extremely iffy. And overall, Piggy was the original, and was something somewhat unique to Roblox, while when Bacon was released, plenty of Piggy clones had already been released. There's more, but I've listed all the key arguments as to why Piggy just works better, including the story and all that stuff, and it still works better still to this day. And phew, that was a lot to read and edit in. So if you could subscribe, that'd be great. Yes, finally, the plan. I finally found it. Finally, my plan is in motion. This is only the beginning. So yeah. Wait, were you even listening? Well, too bad. I'll just, dance for the outro now. Run! We're gonna die!
Just a small town.
No, that's not what your line is. That's not what your line is.